Every single year, over $2 trillion of illegal cash flows through the dark veins of the global economy. But having a mountain of illicit cash presents a surprisingly massive problem. You can't buy a mansion, a luxury yacht, or a fleet of sports cars with a duffel bag full of crumpled, untraceable $100 bills without raising every red flag at the IRS. To actually spend it, that dirty money must be scrubbed, sanitized, and washed until it looks 100% legitimate. In this video, we are breaking down the secret, dark mechanics of money laundering at every single level. From the street-level criminal trying to buy a Rolex, all the way to high finance elite systems moving billions across offshore tax havens. Let's dive in. Before we look at the levels, you need to understand the universal three-step formula that every money launderer on earth must follow. Step 1, placement. Getting the dirty, physical cash into the legitimate financial system without getting caught at the bank counter. Step 2, layering. Moving that money around through dozens of complex transactions, shell companies, and fake invoices to completely hide where it originally came from. Step 3, integration. Bringing the freshly cleaned money back to the owner, looking like totally legal profit from a totally legal business. Now that you know the formula, let's see how it works in real life, starting from the bottom. Level 1, the cash front. Total volume, $10,000 to $100,000. At level 1, you have a classic street-level problem. You've accumulated a few $100,000 in cash, but if you try to deposit $50,000 into a bank account at once, the bank is legally required to file a suspicious activity report. So how does level 1 clean it? Through cash-intensive businesses. Launderers buy or open businesses where real customers pay with physical cash every single day, like car washes, laundromats, nail salons, or pizza places. Here's the trick. If your car wash actually cleans 50 cars a day, you simply report to the tax office that you clean 200 cars a day. You deposit your legal cash into the business bank account, pay the required corporate taxes on it, and boom. The remaining money is now officially legal business profit. You've successfully turned dirty street cash into clean, taxed income. Level 2, the casino and the Smurf. Total volume, $100,000 to $1 million. When you start dealing with close to $1 million, running a single car wash isn't fast enough. You'd have to pretend to wash 1 million cars a year, which gets suspicious very quickly. Enter level 2, casinos and structuring. First up is structuring, also famously known as smurfing. Instead of depositing $500,000 yourself, you hire 20 people, called smurfs, to walk into 50 different bank branches across the city, each depositing small amounts like $8,000, which sits just below the legal reporting limit. Or you take your duffel bag straight to a high-stakes casino. You walk in, buy $200,000 worth of gambling chips with illegal cash, play a few low-risk games of roulette or blackjack for an hour, lose a tiny percentage, and then cash out the rest. The casino hands you a fresh check or bank transfer marked as gambling winnings. You pay your taxes on it, and your money is clean. Level 3, the high art and luxury trick. Total volume, $1 million to $10 million. Welcome to the upper middle class of financial dark arts. At level 3, physical cash becomes too heavy and dangerous to carry around. Now you use the most subjective market in human history, high-end fine art and luxury goods. Why fine art? Because art has no fixed price. A painting is worth whatever someone is willing to pay for it. Here's how a level 3 launderer does it. You set up an anonymous shell company in a secret jurisdiction. That company buys a modern painting at an auction for $100,000. 2 years later, you hire a corrupt or lenient art appraiser who magically claims the painting is now worth $5 million. Another shell company you secretly control buys that same painting from you for $5 million. Suddenly you have a legal $4.9 million profit on paper. No one can question it because art valuation is completely subjective. You store the painting in a tax-free airport vault in Geneva, and your clean millions sit safely in a private bank. Level 4, the offshore shell game. Total volume, $10 million to $100 million. At level 4, you leave physical assets behind completely. You're now playing in the world of international corporate law, phantom companies, and island tax havens. You start by setting up a complex web of shell companies in places like the British Virgin Islands, Panama, or Delaware. These companies exist only on paper. They have no offices, no real employees, and no products. Then comes a trade-based laundering trick. Company A in Panama, which you secretly own, sells fake consulting services or heavily overpriced computer chips to Company B in Europe, which you also secretly own. Company B pays Company A millions of dollars for these services. On paper, it looks like a standard international business transaction. In reality, you are simply shifting massive fortunes from dirty accounts into clean corporate entities across the globe, completely blinding law enforcement in the process. Level 5, the systemic mastery. Total volume, $100 million to over $1 billion. Level 5 is the final boss. At this stage, you don't hide from the banking system. The banking system works for you. You're moving money at a scale that can alter national economies. At level 5, launderers exploit major international megabanks through shadow banking, sovereign wealth funds, and complex real estate empires. You buy entire skyscrapers in London, Miami, or Manhattan using anonymous corporate entities. You loan money to yourself. A shell company you own in a secret jurisdiction lends $50 million to a real estate company you own in New York. Your real estate company pays back the loan with high interest. Now your dirty offshore money has entered the mainstream economy as a legitimate debt repayment. At level 5, money laundering is no longer a crime fought on the streets. It's a sophisticated paper game played in glass boardrooms by lawyers, accountants, and bankers in tailored suits. So, how do governments try to stop this multi-trillion-dollar machine? It all comes down to 2 words: follow the money. Modern regulators use artificial intelligence to detect unusual transaction patterns, enforce strict Know Your Customer, KYC, laws on banks, and monitor global blockchain networks for crypto-related laundering. But as technology evolves, the game of cat and mouse between regulators and launderers only gets faster, smarter, and more complex. The world of money laundering proves one fundamental financial truth: money is neutral, but the systems that move it govern the world. Did any of these levels surprise you? Which one did you find the most mind-blowing? Drop a comment down below and let's discuss. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the hidden mechanics of finance, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video from Richie's Financial Secrets. Thanks for watching, stay smart, and I'll see you in the next one.